Hi everyone and happy Friday. Today we're going to try something new. We're going to use Miss M's video as our lesson, and then this way there could be either two of me, or if I'm not in the room, you have me there without me there. I know that's creepy. Alright, this is your homework, so please take it out and you can pause the video and look over it. I did not create this sheet, but I know that you guys are probably like, Miss M's having a heart attack because of that, and that, and that, and that. They look like X's, but they're representing multiplication signs. If I made this worksheet, that would never happen. Okay, so these two tables, they're kind of leading into our lesson today, and I know that they were a little tough for us on the homework. That's okay. So we were given some information. In number 4, we were given that Americans eat 90 acres of pizza every day. So we know that in 1 day they eat 90, in 2, 180, in 3, 270, and in 4, 360. The question is, what is the pattern here? Well, I can easily see that all I'm doing is taking the number of days and multiplying it by 90 to get the number of acres. Now, some of you want to assume that D is going to be 5 because the number of days go in order. But D actually can represent any number. D can be this 1, and this 2, and this 3, and this 4. So look at the tables above. The only difference is that you had your X values and then an expression. In this case, it's backwards. They're giving you your values, and they want you to solve with this information that they're giving you. And they want you to also find an expression that will work for any value of D. So, by looking at the pattern, we could tell that however number of days, the days could be 10, 100, whatever, however number of days there are, all we have to do is multiply it by 90 to figure out the number of acres of pizza. Well, in that case, we can write an expression of D times 90. Or better off, I like to use my multiplication, 90D. This says that no matter what I plug in for D, so let's pretend that I want to find out how many acres of pizza people eat in 10 days, or Americans. I would take my 10, I would plug it in for D, and I would realize that Americans eat 900 acres of pizza in 10 days. It's a lot of pizza. In number 5, we have that tennis balls are sold in packages of 3. So if we knew they gave us the number of balls and they wanted us to find how many packages we need, well, to get those packages, we're dividing, I don't like what I'm doing already, using those symbols, we're dividing by 3. And we're getting those answers. Well, same type of deal. If, for example, I said, T is 300, then 300 divided by 3 would give us the number of packages. So in this case, we could write an expression of T over 3. Okay, so this is your first classwork for today, and it has to do with what we just went over. So in this case, I'm going to do the first one with you, and then you guys are going to pause the video and work in your groups, wait for everybody to be done in your group, and then you're going to work together to solve the rest. Okay, so number 1. All right, so I'm given values for n, 7, 9, 22, and 35. And then I have output values. But I don't know the expression that they're using to get these output values. So I need to really look at the problem and analyze. Well, can I multiply 7 by something and get 71? Okay, well, let's say 7 times 10 is 70, maybe if I add 1. But then 9 times 10 is 90, so that doesn't work. And it's not going to be division or subtraction because your output is bigger than your value for n. So we know it's probably going to be some sort of addition or some sort of exponents. And these take trial and error. Okay? Because I have obviously looked at this problem for a little while, I could tell that whatever n is, here I'm adding 64. So I'm going to make sure and check for every single variable that it works and all my results are true. So 7 plus 64, I end up with 71. Now let's see if that works for 9. 9 plus 64, I do indeed get 73. 22 plus 64, I get 86. And 35 plus 64, I get 99. That means that my expression for this is going to be n plus 64. So I want you to pause the video at this point, wait for all your group members, and then some of the tables you have to solve for the expression up top. Some of them you have to fill in the values of your output using your expression that is given. Now in number 4, there's something I really don't like. I need you guys to fix. It says it in big letters up top, fix incorrect expressions, and number 4 is definitely incorrect. Yuck. Okay, so by now you should be done with your Arduino. I mean, not your Arduino, your worksheet. And I'm just going to put the answers up. You guys could pause the video and check, or you could just go along as I go. Number 2 is 25 minus n. Number 3 is 63, 77, and 84 in here. Number 4, first of all, this needed to be fixed into 24 over n. And your values are 4, 6, and 3. Over here, your expression is n plus 15. And over here, 18 minus n. I hope you got them all right. If we have any questions, feel free to email me. Okay. You could keep going with this, but we are moving into 2-2 as well today, and that is translating between words and math. Okay. I just posted some clue words for you so that just to remind yourself of different words that stand for addition, subtraction, multiplying, and dividing. Okay. Some of these we have heard a lot already. And keywords for exponents, some are raised to the power, cubed, or squared. Cubed is when you have an exponent of 3, and squared is when we have an exponent of 2. Think of 3D figure and 2D figure, a cube and a square. Okay, this is going to be our practice for today. I'm going to go to do one with you guys, and then you're going to do the rest on your own. So you're going to have to pause the video. This is a 45, but it's cut off. And yes, that's it. Okay, the first one says 987 minus c. So we are going to translate it from the words to the math. So we are going to have to do 987 minus c. Okay, you guys are going to pause the video and complete the rest, and then play to see the answers. Good luck. Okay, so for this one, this is a number times 45. I could write it as n and a dot and 45, but I love my mush multiplication, so I'm going to do it like that. And you could come up with any variable. I just used n. 7 combined with y. Combined stands for addition. So 7 and y. This one, the quotient of n and 5. The quotient means that we are dividing, and n and 5. It's really important for this one that you guys understand the order. N goes on top and 5 goes on the bottom. 35 divided by some number. 35 divided by some number. Notice I'm not using division signs. And the product of 6 and x, mush multiplication, 6x. Okay, so right now what I want you guys to do is we're going to write some phrases for these algebraic expressions. So just like you did on the last one and you saw some examples, you can use that to guide you through here. So for example, for the first one, I could write the quotient of 16 and b. Notice how I said 16 first and then b. Or I could say 16 split into b groups, and so on. So I want you to pause the video, write a phrase for each algebraic expression, and then pair and share in your groups when everyone is done. Okay, so special situations. The word than in any phrase switches the order. Okay, these are the trickiest for kids. So 27 more than a number. Okay, well, it switches the order. So what we want to do is actually, as soon as you see that more than, you want to switch the order. So we know that we have some number, x, and we have 27 more than that. So plus 27. Okay, for example here, 19 less than n. Okay, well, you have some number n, and we have 19 less than that. So we have to take away 19. 5 years younger than my sister. Okay, whatever my sister's age is, I am 5 years younger than her. And 3 goals more than the opponent. Whatever the opponent got, we got 3 goals more. Oh, actually, I don't like O as a variable because it looks like 0. So let's say X, we got 3 goals more. Okay, good. Sometimes in word problems, you must define your variable because we don't know what the variable stands for. So when there is an unknown quantity in word problems, only in word problems, you don't define your variable. Otherwise, we need to let the audience or anyone who is reading our paper or sees it know what does the variable stand for. So in this case, when I'm writing a minus 5 to represent 5 years younger than my sister, I need to let people know that A is my sister's age. Okay? I need to let them know that A stands for something. It's not just some number. Alright, so your second classwork, you guys are going to go into Classroom. You are going to log into your classwork. It's already assigned to you. And it's a Google form. Please submit it at the end. And also hand in your classwork from before with the tables as well. So those 6 problems with the tables and your Google form needs to be submitted. Okay, have a great weekend.